Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to Real Content the Show. Hope everything all because I'm having a wonderful day. The Tokyo Ghoul Breaker of Chains, and we're gonna be fighting for the first time Ken Kaneki, the Centipede version. If you know the story, you know that this character is extremely important to the story. And then we're gonna be doing another video because again, we're starting to film videos. We need a new allies. Who's the strongest here? 366, 356. 366 is the score to beat. 371. One Eye King, we had him a lot yesterday. Well, team, what? Start. Perfect. So we are mentioning in new videos another game, and it's kind of crazy because this is the game that gave me the ID. Look at Kaneki, Centipede. He looks so good. You look so freaking good. Holy shit, this is gonna be hard. We have 50,000. Okay, so the game that we're doing is actually the game that inspired the 3 last videos. So, importance of gaming, of mobile gaming, and the story of Blood Brother. Now, the second story that we're going to be talking about is Puzzle Dragon. Puzzle Dragon is a application. The goal of the application is you have dragons, and you can evolve them, you can make them stronger. And the really cool thing is, for example, you got different elements. You have kind of like a Candy Crush. So you have the old screen full of crystal, of fire crystal, of dark crystal, of light. And then what you do is super easy peasy. What you do is you're like, okay, well, my fire dragon is a lot stronger, so I'm going to be focusing on doing the fire guy, right? But at the same time, maybe the enemy that I'm finding is resistance against fire. So what am I doing? Puzzle Dragon was a game that really shook things up for me. Really helped me out. And the story for it is actually beautiful. The story for it is one of the nicest story that I had for mobile gaming. Such an important game in my childhood. Childhood, I'm talking about, I was 21, 22. So basically, I had games. It was one of the first games that I played of that genre. So if you look at games like, I don't know, Candy Crush, if you look at game like WWE Champion, kind of similar. Even to a certain degree, this game, the Tokyo Ghoul Breaker of Chains, you have to fuse character card. That way they're giving you a strongest card. And the strongest your card is, the more damage you're going to do to the enemy, right? Puzzle and Dragon, the reason why this came back is because yesterday, for the very first time, and I want to say almost 10 years, because I was 22. I was 22 when I was playing this. I had an ad, and I don't know if they kept going for 10 years. I lost touch with the Puzzle Dragon, but I used to love this game. I was a fan of RPG. I was a fan of strategic. It was a very different mechanic. I never played a game like this, and I was like, you know what? This could be fun. This could be a lot of fun. The main, not necessarily the main goal, but the main pro of Puzzle Dragon was the situation. And it's kind of funny because when I did this video, before this video was Blood Brother, and before this video was the importance of mobile gaming. So I'm gonna tell you a story, right? It's the story of Little Inky, and the story of Little Inky goes as which Little Inky had an apartment. Little Inky never applied for a job before the apartment. Little Inky didn't know how to apply for a job or didn't know how to get results for applying for a job. So you know what Little Inky did? He went to a temp agency. So they sent me to a place called Structube. Structube, you would build furniture. Now they liked me a lot. So they said, you know what, this guy has a head on his shoulder. He speaks French. He speaks English, which is a rare thing. Do you think it's a common thing? But for some place in Canada, it's pretty rare. And the best thing about it, the very cool, is they said, you know what, we'll send you someplace else, which is a very small town, and what we'll do is we'll pay for your rent there. I stay there for a month. You'll stay there for a month, and we'll pay for everything. We'll pay for food. You have a $30 budget every single day, which is really cool. And you know what happened? Do you know? Ooh, look at this shit. There's 2 of them. That is so cool. This is so cool. You know what's insane? I was ready to go, and I thought that I had emulator, but one thing that I didn't know, when I went to the motel of this small town, that I didn't necessarily anticipate, was that this small town had freaking Oh, it's very close. It's very close. I'm not sure if I'm going to win. I don't know if I'm going to win. Charlotte, you're super good, Charlotte. I'm the one that's weak. Go. Okay, let's go. So what happened was the motel had Wi-Fi. It's like, you know what? Fuck the emulator. I don't have Wi-Fi at home. I can play the emulator when I'm at home. But for now, we have the emulator. I'm here for a month, so let's take advantage of that I'm here for a month and let's really game. Let's really fucking game. You know what I did? I spent so much time in the apartment, so much time without Wi-Fi that I didn't even have a game that had the Wi-Fi. And almost by a godsend, I saw an ad on YouTube. Back then I was watching AGP a lot. Saw an ad on YouTube for Puzzle Dragon. And I started playing that game. And for a solid month, the only game that I played was Puzzle Dragon. The problem with Puzzle Dragon was I was so in love that I needed Wi-Fi to play. When I went back to the apartment, I was like, yo, I'm not going to go to McDonald's. I started going to McDonald's to play the game until I said, you know what, I'm not going to go to McDonald's to play another game. But Puzzle Dragon was such an important game in my life. It was such an important part of me gaming abroad, you know? Even when I went to Cancun, at my 20 years old. I was 20. I went to Cancun and I was able to play on mobile. So yeah, another game that really meant a lot to me. And I could talk about game that means a lot to me on the PS2, on the PS4. The reason why we're starting, because we're going to do that eventually, the reason why we start that with the mobile is because it is very, very, what should I call it? It is very, it's very, fuck, I'm so sorry, guys. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm pressing the wrong screen. It's very nostalgic, you know, if I'm a gamer. When you're a gamer for as long as I was, there's going to be a game that you remember fondly. There's going to be a game that you don't remember. And mobile gaming being that accessible for everybody just feel like a better thing. It's not about fuck the war between PlayStation, fuck the war between Xbox, Microsoft. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't mean shit. Everybody can have a mobile. Everybody should have a mobile. And yeah, there you go. Even if you look at a game like Clash of Clans, the how big it became, well, because of mobiles, you know, it means something to a lot of people, and myself included. Anywho, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.